recording. Okay, thank you. I've done that. So I've just put this little quote in here that says, it's not should we work on our digital marketing, but rather how well are we working our digital marketing? So we're going to take a little look at that soon. So I'm a business coach specializing in digital marketing, content and branding. So I'm a speaker, coach, mentor, writer, designer, educator, presenter, content creator, and branding specialist. Wouldn't it be easier if I was a nurse and it would say nurse at the end? So it's really tricky finding a way to sum it all up, but business coach specializing in digital marketing seems to be the easiest way. So over here on the right, the picture in the middle with all the ladies, that's my meetup group, Positive Passionate Women in Business, which all women are welcome to join. It's all been online for the past almost year, and it will continue to be that way. So you can join from anywhere in the world. And the one down on the bottom right, that's Bite-Sized Conversations. That's available every Friday morning as our other free webinar, which I'll tell you about soon. So in the meantime, let's move on. The first thing we need to do before we can look at goals and digital marketing and all of that is think about our mindset as we go forward into 2021. I've been seeing so much stuff on Facebook with grinching and groaning about 2021 being so bad. I even just started my session, didn't I, by telling you about my $1,200 fine. So that wasn't a great start to the year, but straight away I turned it into a positive and realized had I had a car accident or anything like that, or had my daughter who's on her P's been pulled over by the police and had no registration, that would have been drastically terrible. And if I'd had a crash, there would have been no insurance covering it. So I turned my $1,200 fine into an actual positive, because way better to have got that fine and to have found out now than it to have kept going and then me have this terrible scenario where I, caused some real problems, and goodness knows what would have happened from that with having no rego. So always try to find the positives out of every situation. So I've put a few of these in here. So we're wanting to look at less criticism this year, more support, less procrastination, more doing, less negativity, more positivity, less complaining, more gratitude, less fear, more action, less judgment, more compliments, less reaction, more responding. Just back up into that judgment and compliments one. I wanted to put something in there about reviews. So more leaving reviews and more responding to the reviews that we get and testimonials, et cetera, et cetera. So asking for testimonials, asking for reviews, asking for feedback is a really, really great way, because people look at what other people are saying when they think about working with you or buying from you. So make sure that you're thinking about how can you be asking for those ways to get testimonials, etc. So less reacting to things and more responding to things, less stress, more collaborating in business, less selling, more connecting. Now that might sound a little bit odd to you that I've said less selling, but what I mean by that is we don't want to just be sell all the time. It turns people off. We want to find ways to connect with our audience and connect with our tribe so that they really are enjoying what we're putting out there, what we're sharing, getting to know, like, and trust us, so that then they may want to buy from us or book our service, etc. So that's all about connecting rather than sell. The next one is less things and more time, less suspicion, more trust, less hustle, more patient, and less hostility, more sharing. I was talking with my Action Takers group coaching group this morning about my experience on Clubhouse, the new social media platform, which I was invited to join, thank goodness, because I had terrible FOMO while I was waiting to join. And if you also would like an invite, make sure that, first of all, you need to have an iPhone or an iOS device. And secondly, the best thing for you to do would be to download the app now and already claim your username. And I was just saying to them this morning that, and also then when I get more invites, I can invite you in, because we only get one at a time. And then you have to do more things on it and create rooms, etc. And then you get more invites as you go along. So if I've got a list of people that want in, then I can easily get you all in there as we go along. So, but what I was talking with them about is to do with, excuse me, the suspicion and the trust, etc. So what's happening is, so far in social media, there's so much stress and drama around not sharing too much, keeping all your information to yourself rather than sharing, because people are suspicious of people reusing their content and not crediting them for it, and copying things on websites, and just copying in general in business is a major thing. So the beautiful thing about Clubhouse is that you're actually not being recorded. You can't anyway at all ever not watch because there's nothing to watch, re-listen to what has gone on in Clubhouse. So that's a really interesting thing. So my suggestion to you guys would be definitely sign up, get your username, and then when the time comes, then you can get that invite and get in there, because it's a whole new way of doing social media, which is really, really exciting. And I'm big on this whole less hustle and more patience, because I think so many people just want everything now or yesterday, and it's just not possible nor feasible. And we shouldn't have to deal with other people's poor planning causing us stress, because that's not what we want in business, do we? We want things to be good. Okay, one more thing is, let's have a little look at that fixed mindset. So it's the kind of comments like, I've tried it and it didn't work. I hear that a lot with my one-on-one and group coaching clients. And I'm like, well, just trust me on this. Let's give it a go, but let's tweak it. And then honestly, 99.9% of the time they come back and they were like, you were right. It so worked. I just needed to tweak it. More ones and things like, I'm no good at that. I can't move forward. I don't like change. That's not my area of strength. I don't handle criticism well, and it's too hard. So let's turn all of those around to a growth mindset, which is challenges are an opportunity for me to grow, or I'll try that again, or I'm getting stronger in that area, or I can learn to do anything I want. I'm open to new opportunities. I'm embracing change. Feedback is constructive. I'm inspired by the success of others, and I like to try new things. That one there I've put in much bigger writing because I think it's a really good one. I like to try new things. So if you've got one that's a really beautiful line for a growth mindset, let me know in the comments, because I'd love to add to that with more lines. Okay, so I put this one here on Instagram a little while ago that said, I aspire to become more something this year. So please jump into the chat and let me know in one word what it is that you want to aspire to become more of something this year. So I'm putting it, I'm aspire to become more disciplined this year, because I've got a real problem with going overtime with my clients, which is great for the client and for me because I love working with them, but it's not good because A, I don't get breaks that way, and B, it often means that I'm running late for the next client. So then I'm running overtime again and then overtime again. So I plan on being very disciplined this year and having a little maybe a notification or a little alarm that goes off 10 minutes before I'm meant to be finishing, so that I can slowly be winding up. So let me know in the chat, what is your idea of what you're going to aspire to become more of this year? I'm just going to go to the chat so I can see what's happening there. Jane says more organized. I'm going to do that one too, Jane. More fun, Petra. That's nice. More outgoing, says Ellie. More active, says Ange. More productive, says Jackie. All of those are great. More social media savvy. Good on you, Craig. That's fantastic. So if we think about, that's not necessarily your word for the year, but I'm a big lover of choosing a word for the year. And so mine is going to be disciplined. So I'm going to do that in all aspects of my life, not just in my business life to do with timekeeping. So motivated is Brenda. That's awesome. Motivated is a very, very good one. I reckon you're very motivated as it is, though, Brenda. Oh, and Tina says organized. I'm with Jane. Yes, being organized is excellent. Okay, so if you believe that opportunities are present and abundant, then that will be the motivation that you need to go out and seize them. This mindset approach has worked brilliantly for so many business owners already. So last year, when all of this happened with COVID and everybody had to do the pivot and they either sunk and things fell apart, or they realized, actually, all I've got to do is look at things differently. So there's quite a few examples that I had from clients that I was working with. For example, fitness and yoga pros created online courses literally overnight. They started doing classes on Zoom and they could serve their customers in the safety of their own homes. Coaches and marketers created lower level DIY offers that made investing less scary, and sold out events have created an even bigger experience online so they can give even more value to attendees. So some of my guest speaking opportunities that used to be 25 people max in a room suddenly could be 100 on Zoom, for example. So that was really exciting, as then how many more people that you could reach and help people, which is super awesome. So let's have a little look at what we're going to do in 2021 for life and business as well. So invest in you, keep learning. So turning up to things like this, digital marketing webinars, but there's all kinds of things out there on offer. So make sure you schedule time each week. That's things the way you're going to be learning and upskilling what you're doing. Take action. Stop just the thinking about it and the talking about it, but actually do the doing. Spend your time in a positive headspace, and especially spend it around positive people. Spend your time focusing on what you do want rather than what you don't want, and spend your time getting visible online. And that's what we're going to be talking a lot about today. So when we look at what we've got going on for us in 2021, as I said earlier, it's definitely going to be a tricky year again. It's not going to be plain sailing or what we would call back to normal, but there's lots of things that we can be very, very grateful for. One of them is that access to technology and communication that we've never had before. Like people now really, like I met a new accountant just before Christmas, and it was an amazing experience because he booked a phone call with me, and I said to his secretary, and I said, actually, I really prefer to do Zoom. I really like to connect. And I thought she was going to say, oh, that's weird, I wouldn't do that. But because not everybody's like me and lives almost their whole life on Zoom. But she said, oh, yes, he's doing that quite a lot these days. So that would be fine. And it was awesome because all of a sudden we were face to face. He's in Adelaide, and there we were having a great chat. And he's in Sydney, and my new bookkeeper's in Adelaide. So the three of us had this lovely thing going on, and it didn't matter where anyone was, which was super awesome. There's also access to educational resources like never before. So when I do these speaking gigs and running presentations for Business Connect, for example, they used to have a cost to them that you would pay to Business Connect. Now they're free. There's loads of them that are free, and they've just asked me to speak for write a whole new series for them, and all of those I believe will be free again. So make sure that you sign up to anything that you possibly can that you think will be relevant to you and be learning, because it's just gold to keep that brain ticking over and finding more and more ways to reach your ideal customers. In Australia and New Zealand right now, you're in the best place you could be. Amazing community mindedness is what we've got going on for us. And also we're a self-sufficient country. So we're in a really lucky position there. And we also get government support. So that in itself is some really great things to be grateful for. So the problem is for people, we know it's going to be bumpy, but particularly if it's going to be bumpy, if you don't have any idea of what you want to do, you don't have any idea of what your business could look like, and you're caught without a contingency plan, excuse me, and also you might be caught without a strategy. Now, strategy is the most important thing in your digital marketing. So we're partway through a two-part strategy masterclass. So the first bit was just before Christmas, the second bit's tomorrow. And for those of you that might be interested in doing one as well, that you're not enrolled already, we can run another one in a couple of weeks' time to set you up for the year so that you know exactly what your strategy is going to look at. All we've been doing in this one is social media, but doing a digital marketing strategy across the board so that you know exactly what you're going to be doing. I tell you what, it will make things so much better. So I'm not sure if Terry's in here in our webinar today. I'm just having a little peek as we go down this, as I go and have a quick look. I don't see her in there, but Terry said this morning that she was in the social media strategy session of the masterclass, and in the group coaching this morning, she said how amazing it's been for her to be able to set up her content and know that she can just sit back and relax. All she's got to go on and do is her community engagement, which is where you're going in and you're commenting on people's content and you're sharing things and you're liking it and you're doing the enjoyable stuff. You don't have to be thinking, oh, what am I going to post at 9 o'clock at night? I haven't posted for days. What am I going to post? Because it's already all done for her, which feels amazing. It's a load off, that's for sure. So definitely be thinking about your strategy if you haven't already. Okay, so what are you going to do in 2021 to make things easy for you? Number one, you're going to get visible. Number two, you're going to find the opportunities. Number three, you're going to get creative. And number four, you're going to work on your digital marketing. Now, getting visible is easier said than done, but it's actually not that hard. So getting visible just means that if you were going to, I was speaking with a client this morning, we were redoing all of her pricing and what she charges. So what I was saying to her is take a little look at what it is that the top person in your industry charges. Now have a little think about what is it, how can you charge what's what would be the right thing for you, not given that A, what's your skill set compared to what they've got, but B, what's your notoriety compared to what they've got. So if you're not visible at all, you could be the best in the whole world at something. You could have your PhD and your master's and your this and your that and that and everything. But if nobody knows you even exist, how can you be charging what you want to be charging for? So getting visible and showing your expertise is absolutely vital. And to do that, you've got to find the opportunities of how you can present that information without looking like I was trying to think of a polite way to say it, so I'm just not going to say it at all, but you know what I was thinking. So we've got to get creative in what it is that we're putting out there, and we really need to work that digital marketing. So let's have a little look. Step one, we want to analyze your industry. Take a little look at what you're doing. Take a little look at what other people in your industry are doing. That's not just people that are your competition down the road or within your city or even within your country. Take a look at what beauty therapists are doing in Norway. Take a look at what shop owners are doing in Dubai. And you can do it so easily these days by just Googling them. You can have a little look on Instagram. You can follow hashtags and see what other people are doing. Find new accounts on Instagram. It's so easy to check out what is going on. And you can have a look at what are they doing well and what are they not doing well, because you can learn from what they're not doing well just as much as you can learn from what they are doing well. So you don't want to copy people, but what you want to do is find what you like with what they're doing and then put your own spin on it and make sure that it's full of your brand, not somebody else's voice. You've got to put your brand voice in it and your brand identity in it as well. The next one you want to look at is how can you make changes to your business to grow and thrive? So you might be happy with the fact that you're, booked up most of the week, or you've got customers coming in the door most of the week, or X amount of online sales. But to me, it's always, I would always be looking at how can I do that better? I want to be more efficient. I want to reach more people, and I want to attract people to me so that they're my right and ideal customers that are coming to me, and I'm not going out there chasing anybody. So that's a really beautiful way to get to that stage in your business. So what is it that you can do to offer? So as many of you will know, last year when COVID hit, I just sat back and I thought, oh my goodness, I could either A, lose all of my clients because everyone's in panic mode and not wanting to spend, or I could not think about that, not have a stressed out, worried, fear mentality. And I could think, what can I offer to people? So I started these digital marketing webinars, so 1 hour a week, where I'm just offering. That's all I'm doing is offering my experience and knowledge, etc. So every week I make it a different topic and I just invite anyone in to join me. Now, the reason I started doing that is because I thought, A, I really want to be able to help people, because a lot of people don't know how to get more visible online and how to navigate all of the whole digital marketing side of business, which is so incredibly important these days. But I also knew that it wasn't me doing it so that I could get new clients or new customers. What it was is just widening my reach so that eventually, if there ever became a time that people were less stressed about spending money, et cetera, that they might be interested possibly in working with me. Well, that didn't happen at all. Literally straight away, I was just fully booked. I didn't lose any clients throughout the entire experience. And in fact, I'm booked up for months in advance. So doing that 1 hour a week not only is enjoyable for me, but has really helped so many other businesses. And so have a think about what you can do that'll make changes in your business that isn't costing a ridiculous amount of money, but is your way of putting yourself out there and showing what you can do and what you can offer. So that, again, I come back to those 3 words, those know, like, and trust. No matter what area you're in, whether you're product-based, service-based, etc., always remember, people buy from people. People work with people. So make sure that they're seeing you so that they know you're the one that they want to work with. The next one is step 2. Are there new opportunities? Are there ways that you can get creative with collaborations? So I talk a lot with clients about collaborations. So that means not necessarily doing a giveaway where we say, get 5 businesses together, you all put in X amount of dollars. You donate X amount of prize or whatever. And then it's an amazing way to grow your social accounts because they need to like and follow, etc., or give you their email address. and then they win this great prize. So that is definitely a really, really good way of growing. But what about collaborating? So think of other ways that you can collaborate, where you can do a blog post for somebody else. They could do a blog post for you. You can be recommending them. You might even want to set up a whole affiliate code and things, and so that when people recommend you, they get a gift, or they get, with my NBN provider, which is Newsprout and Lennox Head, not only are they amazing because they'll literally come to my house and deal with problems that I'm having, which is, very rare these days. But what's so awesome is that every time I introduce a new person that signs up with them, I get $10 off my bill every single month for the duration of how long that person has signed up. So the person that introduced me to Newsprout has now got like a $10 bill every month. It's quite an amazing thing. So have a little look at what things can you introduce into your business, where you're getting creative and thinking about how can I encourage more and more people getting involved, and how and where can you get visible. So you don't want to be on all social media platforms, because that would overwhelm everybody, and that'd be a very exhausting way to be. I personally, for example, I'm not on TikTok, I'm not on Snapchat. So I would always claim those account names or usernames, but I wouldn't necessarily want to be on those platforms. I'd take a little look at them. I'd think, is my audience here? If it's here, I'm really going to need to be here. But if my audience is not there, I don't need to spend my time there. So have a think about, where can you get seen? Where can you spend your time getting visible, and what it is that you can offer. But remember that you've got to keep it in a manageable state. So maybe that for you is Instagram and Facebook. Maybe it is Facebook and Pinterest. Have a look at where are your audience, and then decide where you're going to be. The next one is step 3. What action are you going to take to get there? So it might be creating a whole bunch of posts that are evergreen posts. And remember, evergreen means that you can use those posts over and over and over. You don't need to reinvent the wheel every week. You don't need to create new posts endlessly. You can use a post that you did 3 months ago. And if it didn't go super well, but you put loads of time and effort into it, think, okay, should I maybe change the graphic up a little bit? Or should I change the caption up a little bit? Or should I actually talk about the same topic, but do it as a live? Or should I just pre-record myself as a video and put it out there? So make sure that you're not constantly just creating, and not reusing that stuff. So reuse it, repurpose it. It's called evergreen content, and it's the same with your blogs. So you might have gazillions of blogs sitting there, but they become very dormant and dead, and they're not doing any good for your SEO at all. So give them a little bit of a refresh, redate them, update the information, and boom, there you've got a new blog post ready to go, and really helping you move up the ladder towards that #1 spot in Google. So lots of things that you can think about in terms of what action will you take. The next one is think about your story and the messages that you're putting out. So think about the story pitch. We'll do a webinar on that in a few weeks' time, but how to write that story pitch, and then you can use it over and over and over. And I particularly recommend on Instagram to do your story pitch at least once a month, because you've got new people joining all the time, and they don't know you. They don't know what you're all about and what you offer, etc. All they've seen is your bio, maybe, or they've just been following you, what they see in the newsfeed. So put it out there and share it more and more if you can. And the next one to take a little look at what are your offers? Can you tweak your offers? Can you change your offers? Can you expand them? Or maybe what you need to do is actually reduce them. Maybe what you're offering is too much. That's what happens to me a lot, is that I have more and more I'm offering, and then I just sometimes just go, oh, it's too much. People get confused. And I certainly notice that when I'm doing a discovery call with someone, and then they say, so how can I work with you? And I'm like, well, there's this, or there's this, or there's this. And it's like, oh, that's getting really confusing. Just offer 1 or 2 things, and then that makes it really, really clear to them what it is that they need to get involved with. So definitely re-look at your offers and think about, are they making sense to people? Maybe get somebody else that's not in your industry to look at your website and read your offers and see if they make sense. The next thing around your offers is, are you actually putting prices on your offers? So I was working with a client earlier this morning, and she had prices there, but you had to go through about 4 different stages before you saw the prices. And each one of those stages is a barrier to people carrying on. And when we looked at some of her competition, the prices were very clearly right there. Now you'll notice it's a psychological thing that if there's no price mentioned straight off the bat, people assume it's expensive. So that might be the right thing for you. That might be your demographic, or it might not. So take a look at it, what it is that you're offering. How is it that other people see your offerings? And do they understand what your offerings actually are? And then that final one is being seen. So like I said before about getting visible, then being seen is so incredibly important. So when you're Googling something and then you find that, oh, they don't have a website. Oh, they've got a Facebook page though. Then you go to their Facebook page and they haven't posted since April 2019, which was an Easter post. Do you immediately assume that that business doesn't even exist anymore? Because I probably would. But actually it could exist and it could be quite a successful business, but they're not out there letting people know what they do and growing that audience and growing that community and getting people to see what they do and what they offer. So definitely make sure that you're consistent with scene, that the message that you're putting out there is relevant and really on point. It's always on point with your branding as well, so that we know what it is that we're seeing and if we want to work with those people. So let's now talk about digital marketing and all the different things. Now, first of all, I just want to say that what you see here is about 1/100th of what there is out there in terms of digital marketing. But these are just the main bits, and particularly the bits that I work with. So digital marketing is the way that you reach your customers online. So basically that's what it is summed up, is how do people see you and what you offer in an online space. So that's things like your website. That's part of digital marketing. Keeping your website fresh, putting new posts up, and that could be as easy and simple as fresh new blog posts, because without fresh content to your website, you're just going to slide backwards, just a bit like the snakes and ladders game, guys. So you'll just slide backwards if you're not putting fresh stuff onto your website. And the easiest way to freshen it up are those blog posts. So make sure that you've got fresh content on your website. Then we've got Instagram. Obviously, everybody knows what that is. It's a great digital social media platform. And if you're not on Instagram now, just go on, grab a username and just sit with it for a little while and just explore Instagram, find out, how it works, find people to follow, etc. And you can just do it very, very quietly. No one even really knows you're there, like a bit of a voyeur. But if you just at least grab your username now, that's a really great start. Same with what I was saying about Clubhouse. So it's a very, very new social media platform. You can't just suddenly sign up for it and decide to be in it. You've got to wait for an invite. But the first thing you need to do is download that app. As I said, it's only on iOS devices, so not available for Android at this point. And you need to grab yourself your username because you don't want someone else to grab it. So make sure you do that. WhatsApp, that's another form of digital marketing. YouTube, LinkedIn, email. So think about how is it that you're getting news out to people? So are you sending a regular newsletter? Are you just doing it through Gmail or something? What even is your email address that people receive? Because if I'm a business, I did not want to be sending an email that said, I'm trying to think what one of my first email addresses was. My husband and I had a shared one and it was something like Kiwis and Aussie or something stupid and ridiculous like that. So I don't want to keep that original email address and send that out as my business one. That's just really, really unprofessional. So make sure you think, what is it that you're sending out with, firstly? Then what platform are you going to use? So I've been using MailChimp for years and years and years. Every now and then I leave and go somewhere else, but then I always come back to MailChimp because I just really enjoy it. And I love the fact that I can work with clients on it so easily because it's free up to 2,000 subscribers. So it's a really, really wonderful platform. And I feel like it's super simple. So every email that you get from me, except the ones just to you and I, but everyone that you would get like as a newsletter is all done through MailChimp. So really, really great platform. So definitely take a look at how are you talking with people in an email sense. Then of course, we've got Twitter. We've got Zoom. Even what you're seeing here right now is part of my digital marketing strategy because you're seeing my business and me online. The next one is Pinterest and of course e-commerce store. Now that's not going to be relevant for anybody. Not for anybody, for many I should say, because that all depends is, are you selling something? So interestingly enough, my website, which is all about a service-based website, I still have that as an e-commerce store because I don't want the drama of my bookkeeper having to do a gazillion invoices and chase them up and all that kind of stuff. Yes, we do that for our one-on-one clients, But for things like booking just a one-off session or booking a masterclass or something, it's much easier that people can just pay for it, boom, it's booked, it's done. It's very, very simple to do it that way. So I'm a big believer, if you have any kind of money exchange going on, and a e-commerce store is a really easy way to do that. Okay, the next thing is search. I've put an S in beside that, which I shouldn't. It should say search engine optimization, and that's also known as SEO. So that's all part of your digital strategy as well. So definitely understanding about keywords and where you're placing your keywords on your website, and your fresh content. It's all those kinds of things. The naming of your images. There's a gazillion things that we can talk about with SEO, and we'll be doing another webinar very soon about SEO in general and how to DIY your SEO. Also ads, so Facebook ads, Google ads, Instagram ads, they're all part of your digital marketing strategy. And Facebook also, so that's the last one I've got to here. But as I said before, there are so many more things that we could have added in here that are all to do with digital marketing. So remember, digital marketing is the way you are seen online and that your business is being represented online. So it's every single way that your business is being seen. Are there any questions about that at the moment, about digital marketing? Yes, Petra.
No question, just I see marketplace and directories as a marketing channel as well.
You're definitely right. They 100% are. Marketplace for some businesses is unbelievable. I've seen some extraordinary things going on there. So yes, I 100% agree with that. And also directories. So not so much for my business, Hello Media, but my previous business, which was a product-based business, that was very important for me to be on certain directories and, you know, kids-based and that kind of stuff for a very small amount of money, a yearly fee. So that's a really important one. So Petra, make sure you let everybody know in the chat about your directory, because
I did.
You did?
Yes.
Great. So anybody that's in Sydney and that has a business, definitely make sure that you connect up with Petra, because you're getting in. It's just the same as Clubhouse being a brand new platform. Petra is also a brand new platform. So it's the time is now to get involved with her, which will be awesome. So has anybody else got another idea of what they would add to this digital marketing little explosion of all the things? Feel free to speak out. And if not, let us carry on then. So what are you going to do from here now that you know what digital marketing is? What are you going to do with it? So the first thing is, because I want it to be bite-sized chunks, so it's not completely overwhelming. Because when you looked at that explosion, there's a lot going on there. And firstly, you've got to think about, I don't need all of that. That's not all relevant to my business. Think about what is relevant to your business, and more to the point, where are your customers and where are your clients? Where are they going to be looking for you? So the number one thing that I suggest that you would do is audit your website, or if you don't have one, think about how you're going to create a website. So by auditing your website, you can either do that yourself, or you can ask someone lovely that isn't in your industry. That's the important thing, is you don't want somebody that knows your business backwards. Like, don't get one of your colleagues or assistant or someone to do it. You need someone with very fresh eyes to go and take a look. And the best way to do it, in my view, when I'm doing audits for businesses, I do it using Loom. So Loom is a free program, and all you do is you log into Loom, and if Merlin or Honey just pop that into the chat, then you can all sign up for it. It's free. And all you do, so very much like what I'm doing on Zoom, I would be talking about it. I'd be pressing on all the buttons. I'd be checking all the call to actions. I'd be checking all the words. I'd be looking at keywords. I'd be looking at how does the website operate? And I can be talking about the whole thing. So you're not videoing me, it's just videoing my voice talking about your website. So it's a really easy way to do an audit for somebody. So definitely think about doing that, or getting someone to do that. So a nice thing might be is that if you even find someone within this group and go, oh, boom, yes. So Petra will then chat to, I was about to say to Joe, but I realized that would not be a good idea. So Petra could talk to Sally, for example, Elizabeth, could talk to Marich, for example. There's lots of different ways that you can work with people to look at their website, but make sure it's somebody looking at it with really, really fresh eyes. And Honey, thanks for that, Honey. She's just put the Loom link in there so that you can sign up to Loom, which, as I said, is free and it's fabulous. Number 2 is audit your social media accounts. Or set them up and get started. So if you don't have them set up, clearly do that right now. But what you can do is you can go and take a little look at your social media accounts or get someone else to take a look at yours. Look at your about section. Look at, have you got any services attached? Look at your Instagram bio. Have a think about what it looks like. So when I was setting up my Clubhouse bio yesterday, which can I just say is awesome because it can be as long. In fact, there might be a character limit, but I haven't found one yet. You just keep adding and adding and adding. But the most important thing are those top 3 lines, because when people take a little look at it, that's all they see initially till they go to look at more. So very similar to your Instagram bio is that you must have that bio optimized so that it's very clear straight off the bat what it is that you offer and how you help people or what you do for people. So make sure that you audit your social media accounts and you do it at least once every 6 months minimum, because it's really important to make sure that they're always current and up to date. Number 3, your email database. How many of you are actively growing your email database? I would be fascinated to know that, because I'm sure that it wouldn't be as many as I would hope for. So think of ways of how you can be growing it. Firstly, are you collecting email addresses when people come into your group, for example? So when you ask to join the Hello Media group, the first thing you're asked for is, what do you need help with in your digital marketing? And the second thing is, please give me your email address. If they don't, then they're just declined immediately, because if they're not even willing to hand that over and where they're wanting more information, or if they're not even willing to even write down what it is that they are needing help with in digital marketing or where they need support, then clearly they're not going to be a person that's in the group that's going to add any value. They're not going to engage, they're not going to interact. So you want people in your Facebook groups that are going to help your Facebook group be a fabulous place to be. So be thinking all the time about how can you be getting those emails. Get them from, we'll talk, down the track about lead magnets to get email addresses. We'll talk about pop-ups on website to get email addresses. There's lots and lots and lots of ways to be growing that email database. The next one is, where can you add value? So I jump into Facebook groups and I do a lead magnet post, for example. So I'm giving value, I'm giving something away for free, and in return, I'm receiving an email address. Or I'm speaking at certain gigs and meetups, that's me adding value. I'm doing a webinar twice a week, that's me adding value. So where is it that you and your business can add value for other people? Number 5 is look at your story, so sharing your superhero statement. So for example, when I said at the very beginning today, and I said, in under 15 words, write in there what it is that you offer or what it is that you do or how you help people. So for me to say, hi, I'm Kylie and I build brands, that's literally in under 10 words. I could then add, if I wanted to, I help businesses get visible online. That's still under 15 words for all those words. And as you would hear already, you immediately know sort of what I do. So I'm building brands, meaning, I'm helping people build their business, but then getting you visible online, immediately people go, that's definitely something I need to think about. So it's very clear straight off the bat from my one line of my superhero statement, what it is I offer. So make sure you spend time thinking about your story, so your short superhero statement, and of course your much longer story pitch. And we'll be talking about that over the coming weeks as well. The next one is announcing what you're doing. So sharing with people what you do. I don't mean announcing what you're having for dinner, no way. I mean announcing when there's changes happening in your business. When it might be that you're going to say, do a post today and go, wow, beginning of my working year, I'm so pumped. I got through my to-do list. I attended a digital marketing webinar. I feel really clear with where I'm heading forwards. And I'm a little bit overwhelmed with all the things I need to do, but I'm going to make it into bite-sized chunks of what I tackle. And I'm really looking forward to this big year. Who else is looking forward to an amazing year? So A, you've let people know what you're doing in business, and B, you've asked people what they're going to be doing. So therefore, you're inviting them to come in and engage with you. And that's what your posts are all about always, is Are they going to engage with you? And are you going to then be able to grow your accounts because more people are seeing what you're putting out there? The next one is, what can you automate? So chatbots is a massive thing that will improve your life drastically and dramatically. So when we sat down as a team with Hello Media and looked at all the plate, well, one of the things for me that I find irritating in business these days, and I can only say this because of my age and because I've spent years working in the environment where we didn't have text messages as a work thing. We didn't have Messenger on Facebook. We didn't have direct messages on Instagram. In fact, really, emails were sort of just starting when I was first working. So you think about a WhatsApp, blah, blah. There's so many different ways that people can contact you. And personally, for me, it gets incredibly overwhelming. And what I struggle with is when people message you in all these different platforms, and it's like, oh, I'm trying to remember that trail of what they were asking, but one question was on that platform, one response was on that platform, another question was on that platform, and it's a mess. So I like to keep all of my things in one place. So number one is, I don't want to be looking at the Hello Media Facebook page, Messenger there. That's, to me, that's just one extra thing. And the beautiful thing about chatbots, and we use ManyChat, is that we can automate that entire experience. So you're going to have a little look. Oh no, I'm not showing you at the end of this one, but I'll be showing you very soon anyway about how you can do that. And we've got a masterclass coming up. I think it might be next Wednesday, where during that masterclass, you'll be setting up your own chatbot and it will be amazing. So on our chatbot, for example, you go there and you might go, hi, or whatever, or my chatbot will go, hi, and then it will give you the first things that people always ask for, which is, what's the digital marketing webinar link? And what's, or something rather else, I can't remember what we made it. But anyway, so straight away, it gives them the information that I know they were already looking for. The next thing it is, it asks them a question and then it sends them in different areas depending on what it is that they need. And it makes it really clear. It says, hi, I'm Hembot, the Hello Media chatbot, and no person manages this account. So it straight away lets you know that we're not trying to have a bot pretend that they're a person. Like, we're literally saying straight off the bat, we're a chatbot and we're here to help you. And if you want to speak to a real person, click here. So very, very simple, amazing. It's automating so many of our regular questions that we get on a daily basis. It's magic. So if you want to know more about that, we can give you a link to get into that masterclass and join for chatbots. It's limited to only, oh, thank you, Merlin. It's only a very small number of people allowed in because we want it to be, so it's 9:30 to 5:30 or January the 20th. Cool. So we keep it small so that we can achieve amazing things within that day, so that when you're finished at the end of the day, you've got your entire chatbot set up. The last one is that you can do to take action is to offer lead magnets. So lead magnets are when you offer something and you're getting something in return. So what you're getting in return is an email address, and you're offering something like an ebook, or I call them a magic PDF, what I'm offering. It might be that you're offering a free something or other. There's all like a discount or something that you're offering to get something in return. So for me, it's a magic PDF. And in return, I'm asking for an email address. So it could be, I've just made a new magic PDF that is all about chatbots, for example. So Merlin, would you mind jumping into Canva and making one extra page on this presentation and putting in the chatbot QR code and the little thing, and then we can get everybody to scan it and see what happens. If it's all set up with ManyChat, which I hope it is, just let me know in the chat. And then we can show you how that lead magnet thing works, which will be fun. Okay, so let's look at those top opportunities for right now. Number one, look at your website. Number two, look at traffic. And traffic is just people like you or me getting to your website. So how are we going to drive traffic to that website? What we're going to do is we're going to use all our digital marketing. So we're going to use all our social media, all our email marketing, all our directories, etc. And we're going to drive that traffic from those places to our website. But as I said, remember, traffic is just people. And you're going to get visible. You're going to get visible on your social media. You're going to get visible in your email marketing. You're going to get visible in all the different places that you can, so that you can get people to know, like, and trust you. And your website is your hub. I strongly, strongly believe that. So everything you do should be driving people to your website. And if you don't have a website, it's really time to get one. Even if you just started as a one-page landing page, that's all you need to begin with. And then you can bulk it out as you go along. So if you think about back in the days before websites, everybody had a business card. So the business card, and then possibly even a flyer, would be the hub of your business. You would hand over the business card, and from that, people would phone you. But now we need something where we can show people what we do. So that's our website, and all the things that I've got around here, which are all the digital marketing, all lead people to that website. So for example, as I've already said before, SEO, your Facebook, your Instagram, your Pinterest, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, your TikTok, your Snapchat, your YouTube, Google My Business. Oh, I forgot to mention that in the last one. Influencer and affiliate marketing, email marketing, your blog, etc. It's all driving that traffic, which is driving people to your website. So let's have a little think about organic. Each time you sit down to create your post, ask yourself, is what I'm about to post going to help, inspire, motivate, or add value in some way? You don't want to just be posting because you've been told you should post every day. Absolutely not. And that's why you need a strategy, so you can actually make clear, defined choices about what it is that you're posting. And you really need to sit back and go, what do I actually want to achieve here? What are my goals for this year? Is it that I just need brand recognition? Do I just need people to know I even exist? So I'm just trying to get more visible. Is it that I'm completely changing my business and I need to be showing people what it is that I offer? Maybe it's a brand new business and they know nothing about it. Maybe it's a brand new idea that's never even been out there before. So think about how it is that you post, what those goals are, and why it is that you're even doing those posts in the first place. Now, next week, our topic for the digital marketing webinar is my social media 5-step formula. So I look forward to chatting with you about that. So going forward, let's shake off your fear of getting visible. I know it's a thing, excuse me, because I have a thing about lives, for example. I don't like doing Instagram lives. Everybody's got a thing that they don't like doing. So find a way to do it. Or, oh, Melon just said, what is it? It's chat. Oh, whoopsie. Melon, it's the chatbot QR code. Thank you. If you could put a page on that, that'd be great. Oopsie, it's my wee pig. Yeah, whatever it is that you're not comfortable about, find a way of getting around that. So as I said, I don't like doing Instagram lives or Facebook lives. So instead, I film things and I'll put them up. That just sits better with me. Other people love lives and they're super happy to do that. So whatever it is that can help you get visible, do it in a way that you're comfortable with. The next one is look at your website with fresh eyes, be brutal. Get other people to look at it too and give you really constructive I was going to say criticism, but maybe just suggestions. And remember, you can use Loom for that. Rethink your offerings. So have a look at them. Do I need to reduce them? Do I need to expand them? Do I need to change my pricing? Beginning of the year is a magic time to change your pricing. And then have a think about what can you give, particularly to get email addresses in return. And also gain trust, share your story. And the big question is, can you let me know in the chat, what's one thing that you've learned today that you're going to give a try? So will you go and audit your website? Will you have a rethink about your offerings? Will you have a little look at your pricing? Can you have a little look at what you can give? Can you think about sharing your story and your superhero statement? Willow says chatbots. Yes, chatbots are the win, Willow. We've been using our chatbot for a year and I cannot tell you how much I love it. Look into directories to join. Brilliant. Yay on Facebook groups. That's awesome, Joanna. I'll join social media and share my story. Good on you, Ali. That's fantastic. So going forward, your speed does not matter. Forward is forward, but forward doesn't mean 1 millimeter at a time. So while speed doesn't matter, good long strides are important. So think really long and hard about how can you make changes, how can you move forward, but without overwhelming yourselves, because as soon as you overwhelm yourself, often you can just then give it all away because it just was too much. So do it in a way that's going to work for you and your business. And maybe it's a case that you need some help. Maybe you need some support. Maybe you need a VA. Maybe you need a coach. There's all kinds of different things that you might need. Find a way that you can do it where you're consistent. And Ange says, getting visible, doing Facebook Lives. Yes. Jane says, get started. Oh, Jane, you're already started. You just need to keep moving forward. That's all. Okay, let's have a little look at a summary. So number one, we looked at a positive mindset. I don't believe you can go into 2021 without that positive mindset. It's really, really important. Number two, identify your digital marketing opportunities. So you might already have a website, or you might already have social media, but you haven't got email marketing going on. So look at all the different ways that you can find that are opportunities for you to increase your digital marketing presence. Number three, get visible online, whether it's your website, your social media, your email marketing, whatever it is. People can't know about you and can't book your service or buy your product if they don't know you exist. So being visible is super, super important. Number four, audit your website, get someone else to audit it for you, pay to get an audit, or just do it on Loom and find ways. So do a swap. That's a lovely little thing. Do a swap of an audit and go through somebody's website with a fine-tooth comb. And number five, offer and give. That's really important. So every time I run an online meetup, I offer a one-on-one coaching session with me. Every time I am a speaker at something, I offer a one-on-one coaching session. If somebody asks me if I'll donate a prize, I offer a one-on-one coaching session. So think about what it is that you can offer and give freely, not just to get an email address in return, but to give it so that people get to find out what you do and get to use those three words again: know, like, and trust you. So next are the masterclasses. So the next one is the 8-hour session on chatbots. Then we have an 8-hour session on Facebook ads. We have 8-hour session on email marketing, 8-hour session on lead magnets. And they are all $559 each for their 8-hour session. Or you can do 50% off if you buy the whole package. What a massive shebang, for $1,598. So you can have a link to that where you can buy the whole lot together if you want to, or you can just come along and join in one of them, which is a very fun thing to do together. We've had amazing feedback from the masterclasses last year, loads of fun, and everybody achieved phenomenal things by the end of each masterclass. So for example, in the email marketing, they literally set up a landing page, they set up their templates, they did all their graphics. Well, we did them all together, and then their newsletter was sent out at the end of the day, which was awesome. This one here is all about setting up your whole lead magnet and offering it in Facebook groups. This one here is all about getting those Facebook ads out there. So literally at the end of the day, it's done. And of course, the chatbot one is setting that up as well. So Merlin or Honey could just put a link into that to the whole shebang, or of course you can just get one masterclass at a time. It's totally up to you, however you want to do it. Okay, so next week is the digital marketing webinar is social media 5-step formula. If you want to be part of that, all you need to do is hold up your phone, open up the camera app on your phone, and don't click take a photo, just hover over that QR code, and then it'll pop up and say open in Messenger. And there it is. It'll say, let's get you started. So that's all that we set up in ManyChat as well as part of a chatbot thing. So there's lots and lots of different ways that we use our chatbot, and that's just one example, and I love it. So yes, you can always click on a link and go and sign up and all of that, but this is a super easy way to do it just by scanning your QR code. Oh, yay. Thanks, Merlin. The chatbot thingy is ready there, so you can get a magic PDF. So I'll show you that in a minute, guys. Thanks for that, Merlin. Okay, the next one is, our next free webinar is this Friday, and it's bite-sized conversations with Jenny Walk from Elephant in the Room Consulting and me each Friday morning for 30 minutes. We talk about different things to do with business, business ideas, tips, and random thoughts. So if you want to be part of that one, again, all you need to do is hold up your phone, scan that QR code, and join us. That one is 9:15 New South Wales time every Friday, and we'd love you to join us for that. The next one is this Friday at 12 p.m. Action Takers group coaching. So if you want to join that, that's a wonderful thing to do. It's a great way to be accountable. Every week's a different topic on something to do with something to do with digital marketing, and you get to ask me your questions. So it's a maximum of 10 people in the group, and we're all together for 6 months, and it's an amazing and fabulous thing. So I'm really excited about this one coming up on Friday. So we go through everything from email marketing to all your social media channels to just learning lots and lots and lots of tips along the way, helping you with your website, helping you with your SEO and all that stuff. So if you want to know about the Action Takers group coaching, you are welcome to join in with that. And Merlin or Honey could give you a link to that. And I'm just going to do a refresh so I can give you this beautiful little free offering, which is the magic PDF. So let me just go refresh here. And I'll just do a fast little scroll through. How much do I love doing my presentations on Canva? I just found it so much quicker than PowerPoint or what was the other one I used to use a lot? Hold on, I can't find it, Merlin. Okay, one more thing I was about to say is this little quote, say it with me. I'm about to walk into the most successful and soul nourishing year of my life. In the chat, type yes if you're feeling really confident about this being an amazingly successful year for you. I'd love to think that that's a yes, 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 and a yes. Yay, that's great. Okay, and there's my little note to you, because you know I love a Bitmoji. Have a healthy and happy new year. I'm just going to see if this chatbot came. Yay, thanks, Merlin. Let's see if this one's working. It's a little pixelated. I'm just going to hold up my camera. This one's not working for me, Merlin. I'll just try one more time. Maybe it's too... Merlin, can you unmute for a moment? Oh, Alicia says it worked for her. Well, it's definitely not working for me. It worked for Ange. Huh. How weird. I wonder why it won't work for me. Is anybody else having the issue that I'm having where it won't work? Petra, it's not working for you. Not working for Jane. Okay, I'm going to show you what it is. So for those that couldn't get it, the chatbot it's a magic PDF called 5 Ways That a Chatbot Can Help Your Business. So if you guys would like a copy of this, oh, thank you, Sally. Sally said the masterclasses are fabulous, very rewarding and motivational to organize the social platforms and connect. Sally, thank you. That's very lovely feedback. Okay, guys, if you want the chatbot magic PDF, let me know in the chat and we will send it to you. Okay, so this is what it looks like. 5 ways a chatbot can help your business, blah, 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 blah. 5 reasons why, save you time, help you scale, better results, kickstart sales, review data. Want more? There's the thing about the masterclass on chatbots, and there's some testimonials about it. So this is a great little thing. So the way that we do our magic PDFs, our posts about that, I'll show you. Here is it this one? No, it could be not that one either. Maybe that one. Yes, it is. So no, it isn't. So anyway, there is a square Instagram size of that chatbot graphic. So we always will make one that matches. And oh, it could be this one here. Yes, there it is. So you would see that popping up in a Facebook group or on my own page or somewhere. And then I'll have a particular post that I've written that's an evergreen post, so we can keep reusing it. And then it will say yes, please, or whatever in the comments. And then what people do, then we send them a private message, and then we get the email address, and then we provide them with the magic PDF. So that's our offering. So if you want to know more about that, come along to the chatbot class. And also the other one is come along to the learning how to do a lead magnet. So let me just stop my share now and ask you. Oh, Merlin said it is working. Hang on, let's try one more time. And let me just open this up, pull up my camera. I just wondered if it was because it was so pixelated. Is anyone else finding it's still not working? Because it definitely won't work for me. Chat. Still not for me.
Using an Apple, it's not working for me.
No, isn't that a funny situation? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll send it out and you'll all receive it. Anyway, we'll do it as a newsletter. So we've got all your email addresses from when you registered up, and out it will go. And so if you didn't want it, just delete it. But we're going to send it to everybody as a wee gift. So I'll press on stop share. Let's take a photo, everybody, because remember, if there isn't a photo, it never happened. So turn your cameras on and let me just do a screenshot. Just waiting for the girls to fluff their hair and turn their cameras on.
My camera's not working.
Oh, Brenda, I need to teach you how to do a photo, so that a photo appears when you can't. That'll be good. All right, guys, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Hi.
Hi.
Yay. Thank you so much for joining me. I will, the questions that I didn't get to, I will go and answer those in the Hello Media Facebook group. So make sure you're part of that group, because every week we're answering more and more questions that have popped up into during the webinars. And thanks, Marish. So, honey, if you could just put the link to the Facebook group for those that aren't in it. And I look forward to seeing you guys either this Friday for bite-sized conversations with Jenny, or seeing you next Monday for another digital marketing webinar. And as I said, that is my 5-step strategy to your social media posts. And Alicia said, love everything that you do. It's a real treat to be part of these sessions. Thank you, Alicia. That's a lovely, lovely thing to say. Thank you so much. So guys, if you want to write your aha moment from today, so what's one thing that you learned that you're going to take away that you went, I didn't know that before, then share it with me in the chat. Oh, cool. Thanks, Merlin. There's the link, guys, if you want to join bite-size conversations. So, yeah, I look forward to seeing you on Zoom somewhere, sometime very soon. So, oh, cool. Thanks for that, Merlin. That's great. Okay, guys, awesome to see you. Have a beautiful afternoon, and I look forward to connecting again very, very soon. Oh, thank you, Petra. Thanks so much, guys. See you soon.